Well, howdy there, Internet students. This is Mr. Hermanson again. Hey, today we're going to do more of finding the volume of sort of prisms. The cylinders are really kind of like a prism. They have two faces that are parallel and identical, and we call those the bases. And then the distance between the bases is the height. So we really can use the same formula that we used on the last assignment. The volume of the cylinder is the base area times the height. The only difference is the base area is a circle. So we have to do pi r squared now for that base area instead of some other geometric formula like a triangle formula or something. All right, so we're going to find we're going to just review this real quick. Go ahead and do these problems. Make sure you get them right. I'm just going to put the answers down. And if you don't know how to do one, make sure you ask. So go ahead and do this quick review. And you can even start on the activity if you want and check that. All right, for this lesson and assignment, I'm going to round everything to the nearest tenth. So when you do your homework too, you're going to want to round those to the nearest tenth. Always make sure you read the directions. Okay, so we want to use, we're not going to be able to do this activity, are we? Because we don't know how big it is. Let's do this instead, you guys. I'll see if you can answer these questions. I'll actually put a dimension in here. Let's say this is 5 units radius. Now you guys figure out how many cubes would you need to fill it. And I hope you figured out that that's the area. You would need 78.5 unit cubes to fill the bottom. Okay. Now when you add another layer on top, it's going to be the same as that, right? So how many cubes would you need for 2 layers? I hope you were thinking 157. How many cubes would you need for 3 layers? All right, so as we're stacking layers and we're keeping those circles, we are building a cylinder. And the base of our cylinder is a circle. And the area of the base shape is pi r squared. And the height of the cylinder is the same as however many layers. In this case, it was 3. So just like we did with prisms, we're going to multiply the cylinder's area of the base by the height to get the volume. Okay? And that would be the same, 235.5. Okay? Imagine that you built one 10 layers tall. How many cubes would you need for that? Go ahead and figure. I hope you took the one layer, the one beginning layer, 78.5, and just multiplied that by the number of layers, which is 10. So you would need 785 of them. Okay, we can better estimate the area of our lid by using pi r squared. So if you want a formula for finding the volume of the cylinder, you can just replace this b, that's base area, with pi r squared. So the volume equals pi r squared times the height. Makes sense. Okay, so as you do this cylinder, you might want to draw the base shape first, which is a circle, and then fill in whatever dimension you have for that circle, which is 7.3 for the radius. And go ahead and find the area of the base shape. So the area of that circle, use pi r squared. And then you're going to find the volume by multiplying that answer times the height. Go ahead and do that. Now remember, we are multiplying, or we're going to round everything to the nearest tenth on here. So you should have got 167.3, and multiplying that by 15, we get 2,509.5. Now, if you left this whole answer in your calculator and then multiplied, which I would be totally okay with that, and you would be a little more accurate, um, then you would have got 25010.0. Okay? All right. So let's try another one. Draw the base shape. Circle. Drawing what you have this time is a diameter. Remember that you need the radius to find the area of the base shape, which is half the diameter. Go ahead and try it. So you might not have gotten exactly the same answer I did on the volume, just so you know how I'm doing this. And I just find this easier. I'm a little bit lazy. But so I did 1.5 squared times pi using 3.14. I got that answer. And when I put it on my sheet here, I rounded that, but I'm going to leave that in my calculator and just multiply that by the height, which is 7, right? And now I'm going to round that to 49.5. All right? So just a little review here. What are the areas for the following shapes? See if you can remember them. Okay, the general formula for a prism is the area of the base times the height. So we can make more specific formulas if you want. I don't really remember these, but so for a rectangular prism, the volume is equal to the base area, which is this, or length times width. A lot of people like to use that one, times the height. The height is going to be in every one of these, right? Triangular prism, you would do base times height divided by 2, and then multiply that by the height. And for a cylinder, we already learned that one. It's pi r squared. That's the area of the base times the height. Okay. If you want to watch this song, go ahead and look that up. I'm not much into songs for remembering things. Okay, that should do it for us today. Go ahead and try some of these problems. If you're off by just a little bit, don't worry about it. Just make sure that in your notes you have it right. And always know that when it comes time for a test, I'm never going to count it wrong if you're off by just a little because of rounding or something. All right, so we'll see you soon, and good luck with this.